Protesters that Janice was just showing, their goal is to loosen Beijing's grip on Hong Kong. How does this get resolved, knowing that that is not possible?
Yeah, I think we all know how it's going to get resolved. The Chinese Communist Party at some point is going to move in because the protesters aren't going to stop. And so I think what we have to wonder is how are we going to respond to what happens?
Obviously, there are parallels being drawn to that eventual outcome and what happened in Tiananmen Square. The government is sensitive to that imagery and to those parallels?
They're absolutely sensitive, and that's why they haven't moved in already. They clearly see a problem here. They think that the United States is trying to overthrow the Chinese Communist Party through a color revolution, started in Hong Kong and then progressing onto the mainland. So they're really concerned, but at the same time, they understand how important Hong Kong is to their financial well-being.
General, is there any scenario where we fully understand China's motive in weakening its currency?
And I think there's actually multiple motives. One is I think they're having a hard time defending the currency, so the ability to weaken it means they have to spend less to keep it propped up. But at the same time, to Michelle's point, it's helping their trade front. So I don't think we're going to know fully what the reason is.
What are the odds in your mind for some grand trade bargain to be reached?
What's going on in Hong Kong is far worse than the 150-page document that Lighthizer came up with. The Chinese are absolutely believing that we're trying to overthrow the Communist Party. So this is going to harden their stance on the trade talks completely.
So you don't think they will say, we need a win, let's revisit all of the previous terms that we walked away from in May, and let's sign something and be on our way?
Oh, no. They think that everybody else is at fault, not them. And so to the point about the extradition law, they don't see any fault in that alone in themselves. They believe that they're entirely do that right as the leaders of China.
Investors who are in Taiwan and Macau are now wondering if this could happen there, if there is some sort of catalyst. Do you think there's a spillover effect?
I don't think quite yet, particularly Macau. Taiwan, that's a different story. I think, as the more this goes, the more Taiwan independence forces are going to be emboldened.